Did you know that an invisible enemy may be attacking your body, weakening your health, and even you don't realize it? And the worst, it may be spreading silently inside your body. Don't let this go unnoticed. Parasites are organisms that live in another organism, called a host, and depend on it to survive, obtaining food and other resources. In the human body, parasites can cause serious problems, especially as we age and the immune system becomes weaker. There are different types of parasites that can lodge in the human body, such as worms, protozoa, fungi, and even insects. These parasites have the ability to spread quickly throughout the body, feeding on the substances that the host's body absorbs. For the elderly, the risk of infection by parasites is greater, as the immune system is no longer as efficient as when one was young. This means that parasites can establish themselves and multiply more easily, without the body being able to fight them effectively. What makes it even more concerning is that parasites don't always cause immediate symptoms. They can remain silent for a long time, while gradually affecting the health of the individual. In some cases, they can even cause permanent damage to essential organs such as the liver, kidneys, or even the brain. Therefore, for the elderly, it is important to keep an eye on any unusual symptoms, always seeking medical advice at the first sign of problems. Are you experiencing unexplained tiredness, changes in appetite, or even memory problems? These symptoms can be signs of something much more serious than you think. And it's not just the signs of aging. Parasitic infestations can manifest in a variety of ways, and symptoms can vary depending on the type of parasite, the severity of the infection, and the area of the body where the parasite is located. For the elderly, diagnosis can be more challenging, as the symptoms of a parasitic infection can be confused with other common age conditions, such as digestive problems or fatigue. However, it is essential to be aware of signs such as excessive tiredness and lack of energy. When parasites feed on what the body absorbs, the person may feel weak, with little willingness to perform daily tasks. In addition, digestive problems are common. The person may experience abdominal pain, cramping, bloating, diarrhea, or constipation. The presence of worms in the intestine, such as roundworms or tapeworms, can cause an intestinal obstruction, which leads to a constant feeling of bloating and abdominal discomfort. Changes in the appearance of the skin are also signs that should be observed. Itching, rashes, or unusual spots may indicate that the parasite is migrating to the skin or intestines. In addition, if the parasite affects organs such as the liver or lungs, the person may begin to experience localized pain, loss of appetite, or even fever. For the elderly, the symptom of unexplained weight loss can be a warning sign. As parasites compete for the body's nutrients, impairing the absorption of essential vitamins and minerals. A lack of nutrients can result in weakness, dizziness, and even memory problems. The immune system is responsible for defending the body against infections, viruses, and other harmful agents. When a parasite enters the body, the immune system gets to work to eliminate it. However, parasites can weaken the immune system in several ways, making it less efficient in defending the body. They consume the nutrients necessary for the proper functioning of the body and release toxins that can further damage the natural defenses. In older people, the immune system is already weaker due to natural aging. This means that, in addition to the person being more susceptible to infections, the body has more difficulty fighting parasites. The immune system of the elderly may not be able to identify or eliminate the parasites as effectively as in younger people. The continued presence of parasites can lead to chronic inflammation, which increases the risk of developing serious diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, or even cancer. When the immune system is overwhelmed with fighting parasites, it can also become unable to fight off other pathogens that cause serious illness. As a result, the elderly are more likely to suffer complications associated with parasitic infection, and if not treated properly, these problems can become chronic and more difficult to control. There are many different types of parasites that can invade the human body. Intestinal worms are some of the most common. Tapeworms, roundworms, and pinworms are examples of worms that can infest the digestive system and cause a variety of symptoms, such as abdominal pain, diarrhea, constipation, and even intestinal obstruction. These worms grow and multiply inside the intestine, absorbing nutrients from the body, which can lead to malnutrition, especially in elderly people who already face difficulties in absorbing nutrients. In addition to worms, protozoa are another common type of parasite. They are microscopic organisms that can infect the intestinal tract and other areas of the body. Giardia, for example, is a protozoan that can be transmitted by contaminated food or water and cause an intestinal infection called giardiasis, with symptoms such as diarrhea, abdominal cramps, and nausea. These tiny parasites can be even harder to spot, especially since the symptoms can be mistaken for other digestive conditions common in the elderly. Another very common parasite in humans is Toxoplasma, a protozoan that can cause toxoplasmosis. This parasite can affect the brain and other organs, causing symptoms such as fever, headache, and tiredness. For the elderly, parasites that affect vital organs such as the liver, lungs, or brain can be especially dangerous, as they can cause irreversible damage if not treated in time. Early detection and proper treatment are key to preventing these parasites from becoming a significant threat to health. Maintaining a healthy diet and proper hygiene habits are essential factors in preventing parasitic infections, especially for the elderly. Diet plays a key role in creating a healthy gut environment where parasites have a harder time surviving. Eating foods rich in fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, helps improve digestion and keep the intestine functioning regularly, which makes it difficult for parasites to proliferate. In addition, foods with antimicrobial properties such as garlic, onions, ginger, and turmeric are known to strengthen the immune system and help fight parasites in the body. Maintaining good hydration is also important for digestive health. Water helps to eliminate toxins from the body and ensure that digestive processes take place correctly. For the elderly, who may have a lower appetite and digestion difficulties, it is even more important to ensure that the body is getting enough nutrients and that fluid intake is adequate. Avoiding processed foods, which are high in sugar and saturated fats, is another important step in prevention, as these foods can feed parasites and hinder the body's immune function. Practicing hygiene habits is also essential. Washing your hands frequently, especially before eating and after using the bathroom, helps prevent the transmission of parasites. In addition, ensuring that food is well cooked and prepared in a safe manner, avoiding consuming raw or undercooked meat, is essential to prevent parasitic infections. For the elderly, prevention should be a priority, as the weakening of the immune system makes the body more vulnerable to the invasion of parasites. In addition to the physical effects, parasites can also affect mental health, something that is often overlooked. Parasites release toxins into the body, which can interfere with brain functions. This can cause mood swings, concentration problems, and even changes in behavior. In the elderly, these effects may be mistaken for dementia or other age-related cognitive disorders. Constant tiredness, which is a common symptom of parasite infection, can also have a significant impact on mental health. Extreme fatigue can lead to a feeling of discouragement, anxiety, and depression, making it difficult to carry out daily activities. Social isolation, which is a consequence of tiredness and lack of energy, can further aggravate psychological symptoms, leading to deterioration in emotional well-being. In addition, the impact of parasitic infections on the brain can decrease a person's ability to make decisions, make simple choices, or remember everyday tasks. This can interfere with the quality of life and independence of the elderly. Mental health is often neglected during the treatment of parasitic infections, but it should be a central concern, as physical recovery also depends on emotional well-being. When parasites are not treated properly, health risks increase significantly. Parasites can move to different organs of the body, causing severe and, in some cases, permanent damage. Worms such as tapeworms, for example, can grow uncontrollably, causing intestinal blockages or even complications in the liver and other organs. In the elderly, this damage can be even more dangerous. Aging already brings a greater propensity to chronic diseases, and the presence of parasites can further aggravate these conditions. An untreated parasitic infection can result in serious liver disease, such as cirrhosis, or even the development of parasitic pneumonia when the parasites reach the lungs. These problems can lead to hospital stays, long treatments, and even the loss of functionality of important organs. In addition, parasites can decrease the absorption of essential nutrients into the body, leading to malnutrition, which is of particular concern to the elderly. Unintentional weight loss and general weakness can impair a person's ability to recover from illness and can accelerate the aging process. Therefore, it is critical that any parasitic infestation is treated as soon as possible to avoid serious complications and deterioration of health. Parasites have the potential to affect the immune system in ways that can aggravate or even trigger autoimmune diseases. In autoimmune diseases, the immune system attacks healthy cells in the body itself, and the presence of parasites can increase this immune response, making it more aggressive. For older people who already have a more vulnerable immune system, this can create a dangerous cycle. The immune system, already weakened by age, can focus on fighting off the parasites while also attacking the body's own organs, such as joints, liver, or intestines. This can worsen conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and inflammatory bowel diseases, making them more difficult to control. In addition, the chronic inflammation caused by the parasites can further affect the body's organs, further weakening the overall health of the elderly. This vicious cycle of inadequate immune response and cellular damage can lead to serious complications that are difficult to reverse. Therefore, it is critical to treat parasitic infections quickly and effectively to prevent the worsening of autoimmune diseases. Identifying a parasite infestation can be challenging, as many of the symptoms are confused with other common diseases in old age. If there is a suspicion that an elderly person has a parasitic infection, it is important to seek medical attention. The diagnosis can be made through stool tests, blood tests, or in some cases, imaging tests, depending on the symptoms and the type of suspected parasite. After diagnosis, treatment usually involves anti-parasitic medications, which can be given according to the type of infection. It is essential to follow the dosage and treatment time indicated by the doctor to ensure that the parasites are completely eliminated. Continuous medical follow-up is essential, as the health of the elderly may be more vulnerable to side effects or complications during treatment. In addition, it is important for the patient to maintain good hygiene habits, such as washing their hands frequently, avoiding contaminated food, and ensuring that the home is free of possible sources of infection. Constant monitoring by a health professional helps to ensure that the infestation is treated effectively and that the elderly person recovers without further complications. Prevention is the key to avoiding problems caused by parasites, especially in the elderly. Maintaining a balanced diet, practicing good hygiene practices, and getting regular checkups are all effective ways to prevent parasitic infections. In addition, it is important to ensure that the food consumed is well cooked and prepared correctly. Avoiding raw or undercooked meat and being careful with the quality of the water consumed are essential measures. Staying hydrated, exercising regularly, and ensuring that the body is getting all the nutrients it needs to function well are also important steps in strengthening the immune system and preventing infections. For the elderly, prevention should be a priority to ensure a healthier life protected against the risks of parasites. Now that you know the dangers that these parasites can bring, it's time to take action and protect your health. If you found this content important, don't miss the next tips we have prepared to keep you free from these invaders. Subscribe now to the channel and always stay informed to protect yourself.